Time to get out of the lab and back to the real world. Because what we need to know about balance is that it has a massive impact on our health and well-being, particularly when it comes to falls. Incredibly, falls are behind nearly a quarter of all A&E admissions in the over 65s, in England alone. And around 1 in 3 adults over 65 who live at home will have at least one fall a year. That's an incredible 3.4 million people. And there are plenty of cases here at the Chorlton Good Neighbours Coffee Morning in Manchester.
I was walking across the back of the church behind the pews, and before I knew, I was on the ground. And when I looked, eventually, there was a small step right across at the back. I mean, the floor I thought was level, because I thought it was the ground of the church. And so I went like that, fell on my wrist, broke my wrist. In both sides, a bad break.
Yes, I'm so careful now. I walk with a stick. I keep my eyes down on the pavement all the time, waiting for cracks and, uneven surfaces, because I have found that if I'm not looking where I'm going, I can so easily trip.
Especially in winter months. It's really, really dangerous because of the ice. And so I always use a walking stick now, because having an extra point on the ground makes you incredibly more stable than if you've just got 2 legs, one of which is wobbling.
Sensible advice from Bernard there. And there's a lot more besides walking sticks that are available, including the quite high-tech. How about laser-guided shoes that help determine whether your gait and standing balance are off-kilter? But you might not even need to go to those extremes or expense. Simply being aware of just how intact your sense of balance is working can alert you to being more careful. So why not get someone to test it for you with the blind balance test we saw earlier, which is what I'm doing now. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. That was under 1 second. 60 and above, it should be 7 seconds. 50, we're looking at 9 seconds. I think you've got 8.5 seconds there. And over 40, we'd like to see a whopping 16 seconds. Best yet. And remember, if you think your sense of balance is worse than it should be, it's important to find out why. So see your GP. They'll be able to give you loads of top tips and advice. And back at the lab, that's exactly what Charles is doing.
Is there anything that you know of that could minimise the progression of that with age?
So certainly.
And when do you start?
Yeah, well, in terms of ageing, there's a certain amount of inevitability. However, there are things that we can do to slow that rate of decline. And so someone who's in very good condition as an 80-year-old can be similar to someone as a 60-year-old. So we can really slow that decline of ageing.
So what are Professor Neil's top tips for holding back the years when it comes to balance and gait?
Any type of physical activity is better than nothing. If you can, include some type of balance training and include some type of strengthening exercise for the muscles. And this will help slow the rate of decline and preserve muscle mass and function with aging. And there's many studies to show this.
Mobility is fundamental to our well-being and happiness. Being able to walk well and avoid falling is an area of health that is vitally important we protect.